Before I say anything, I want to let some Americans know that Africa isn't a country, it's a continent. Now I don't know about other Africans, but I'll tell you how living here was for me. So a typical day starts off with me getting out of a bed made of haystack and crawling out of my small mud house. Then I'll prepare to leave for school with an empty stomach. I'll take a giant whiff of the clean African air and start my 60-kilometer run towards school whilst avoiding gunfire, crocodiles, and Jehovah's Witnesses. But for real, what actually happens is I wake up, I eat breakfast, and proceed to go to school and not get shot at. One thing that annoys me about the media's perception of Africa is that we're all somehow living in huts and eating flies, which is far from true. And the most annoying of all is the whole Africans don't have water idea. We have water, okay? We have water. We have plenty of fucking water. I swear, if I hear one more no water joke, I'm gonna drown myself just to prove a point. Another thing about Africa is that the rest of the world doesn't care about a lot of things happening here. Unless it has something to do with gold or oil. Somebody say oil? Oil? Where's the oil? Where's the oil? Give me the fucking oil! I think these people need freedom. Like there are wars here Westerners never even heard of, but all of a sudden everyone has Ukraine in their bio. But it goes both ways. For example, no one cares that I've downloaded the entire Adobe Creative Cloud on my computer for free. Allegedly. Netflix subscription? Get real. I've never paid to watch a movie in my life. Of course, I'm only joking. Basically, you can get away with doing anything online. If you're not living in Africa, you're missing out on a whole bunch of other fun stuff as well. Like power outages. You never grew up with the joy of waiting patiently for 2 days for the power to come back because it went out to buy milk or something. I don't know, they don't tell us why it disappears randomly and come back when it feels like it. And when it finally comes back, you experience the most wonderful, borderline orgasmic feeling, only for it to go out again as soon as it knows you're celebrating. Here's a fun fact. The most popular public transport in my part of Africa is the minibus. It has 12 seats, but according to the driver, it will comfortably seat 34 people. You'll be stuck so close to some people that you'll form bonds with them that are stronger than the ones you have with your families. And you don't want to let go of them, mainly because they'll steal your phone. Let's talk about safety. A lot of people think that Africa is like a war zone, but war zones exist everywhere in the world. As for my neighborhood, it's pretty much safe. One thing I do want to mention though, is there's this health facility right in front of our house. I didn't really care about that place when we moved there, but apparently every night they burn a whole lot of medicine or some shit, and a giant fog of doom looms over our house. And let me tell you, this thing smells like death. Now this is the type of shit you only see in Africa. But I really wasn't worried about it though, until I took a look at our neighbors who lived next to this facility for years, and Lord behold, they're furries. If you're wondering why we don't call the government or someone to get this fixed, then you truly don't know about the essence of Africa. Nothing here is going to get fixed unless you provide a little motivation. Money. Even though they're the ones who are actively trying to kill us. Every night.